Yes, good morning, Grenada, and welcome to Greenz Music to the World, taking Grenada's music international. Today we have a special program lined up for you, and we have a special co-host. I'm going to ask her to come in right now, please. Sit on the chair. I have a special co-host with me this morning, Lysandra Scott. Lysandra, please have a seat. Sure. And we've got some interesting people here. Guests this morning, we have Patrick and Christy Delves, that power couple, both artists in their own rights. Patrick, of course, being a veteran reggae artist, and Christy, diverse artist in her own right. We also have joining us via Zoom. They're both going to be joining us via Zoom, but also joining us via Zoom is going to be a gentleman called M.B.Y.S. He's a Grenadian rapper out there in New York, and he'll be joining us a little later in the program. So, right now I want us to do let's put on a little Eddie Bullen. He's a Grenadian out there in Toronto, and we're going to just play a little bit of his music in the background. So this is Eddie Bullen, and I want to ask my co-host, who's now on her chair, Lysandra Scott, to introduce herself to you a little bit. Lysandra?
All right, good morning, Grenada. My name is Lysandra Scott. I am a writer by profession, but I dabble in several media pots, in the sense of I am a writer for Caribbean Entertainment Hub. I am the publicist for our Akeem. I'm also a photographer. That's about it.
That's about it for now. Okay, very good. Thank you, Lysandra.
You're welcome.
And of course, we've just joined you. If you listen on radio, you can join us on TV. So we're on TV now, GBN TV, channels 7, 11, and 20 on cable. We're also on GBN Facebook and YouTube channels, Hot FM 98.5, 98.7. www.gbn.gd, and of course K105.5 and 105.9. So, Master Control, seeing that we on the smooth jazz sound of Eddie Bullen, we're going to take one of Eddie Bullen's videos to start things off. songs of Mr. Eddie Bullen out there in Toronto, Canada, you know, showing the diversity of Grenada's music. That's what we do here on Greenz Music to the World. And so what we're going to do next is we are going to take some music in from Christy Delves. Of course, we have that powerful family duo, the power couple, power couple, you know, Patrick and Christy. They remind me of, like, you know, maybe Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Beyonce, it's
or,
like...
you know, power couple, or even in Trinidad we have, like, Fionn and
Bungie and
Fayan, you know. So yeah, so that's our Grenada music couple,
power
you know?
couple.
Patrick and Christy. So Master Control, we'd like to take one of Christy's songs and then we'll go on and chat with them. We join them by Zoom. So we're going to hear Christy Delves, I'm Leaving You.
Thinking about those days I cried over you.
Christy Delves, I'm leaving you. I hope she's not leaving me. Anyway, they're still just trying to get connected via Zoom. So we'll take another one of her videos. We'll listen to Treat Me Good by Christy Delves. And then hopefully they'll be ready to join us by Zoom at that time.
Since then I'm washing for you. I love you, and there's no doubt. But every day you fight with me. When nighttime come, you want my sweet love, baby. Treat me good, I'll treat you better, baby. And if you stick to me, I'll stick to you, baby. Hold me close, don't let me go. I love you, baby, forevermore. Baby, for years now, been with you. I never left your side. I've been here right beside you. Our love will never fail. No matter what you fighting, 'cause when the time comes, we make it real, baby. Treat me good, I'll treat you better, baby. Stick to me, I'll stick to you, baby. Hold me close, don't let me go. I love you, baby, forevermore, babe, forevermore. For so long, I've been taking care of you. the time, the day. So invest in all the children. You can live a life, never give up, never give up. Like angels from above, let's deal with love. Oh, give me just a love in the morning. Give me just a love in the evening time. Why? Give me just a love now. Give me just a love in the morning. Give me just a love in the evening time. Why? Give me just a love now. I know just a love me. We all are God's children, dancing in the street, make our lives complete. Yes, your love is forever. Just your love is forever. Oh, so give me just a love in the morning. Give me just a love in the evening time. Why? Give me just a love now. Give me just a love in the morning. Give me just a love in the evening time. Why? Give me just a love now. Give me just a love in the morning. I tell you, give me just a love in the evening time. Give me just a love now. Give me just a love now. Give me just a love now.
So, Christy Delves, give me Jaja love. Well, we've got them, you know. Technology sometimes tries to fail us, but we're going to beat it every time. So we got them online now via Zoom. There they are, Christy and Patrick Delves. Welcome to Greenz Music to the World. Hey, say something. Let me make sure I'm hearing you. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm hearing you. Hi, hello. Hey, hi, Patrick.
Hey, Eugene. Yes.
Right. Hi, Christy.
Hi.
Okay, we're hearing you loud and clear. Yes, well, welcome. I have a co-host in the studio here with me. As you may have heard, her name is Lysandra Scott. So just want Lysandra, say hi.
Hey.
Good. Everybody's
How are you
on. Good. So yeah. So Patrick, man, you know, we go back a long time, boy. Just in case, I mean, everybody in Grenada knows Patrick Delves, but just in case somebody doesn't, Patrick Delves, of course, is a master herbalist and veteran musician, mainly, you know, in the reggae vein. And he has done a lot of great stuff with over the years. And we have a common connection. We have a kind of connection to Steel Pulse because yeah, one of my good buddies played with Pulse. I used to play with a guy called Kevin Batchelor, and Patrick has a real link with all of Steel Pulse, and in particular Sidney Mills, who does a lot of his productions. I'm hearing a lot of feedback, but I hope it's not coming over on here. So Patrick, tell me, where do we start? Tell us about your journey, man, your music journey, and some of the people you've worked with over the years.
Yeah, you know, it's a long journey. You know, I've been to Jamaica and did some stuff with Gregory and Dennis Brown and stuff. And doing something now with not Wycliffe Jean, Jimmy Cliff too. So Jimmy Cliff and I have something coming out, you know, when the pandemic is over. But I've been around a long time, you know. It's just that you know, music is like herbal medicine. You know, you have to uplift people's mind by also music and medicine, so they both go hand in hand. You know, so the journey been long, but you know, I didn't give it a break. It's just that I'm more busy doing this kind of business now because I'm all over the world. But no, with Steel Pulse, Sidney Mills, we've been doing some writing and some production and stuff like that. And we have some rappers and some dancehall artists, so we want to combine with them with those also. And we're just trying to produce an album now to release on the 15th of July. And we have a few tracks that we have out already. One is called Sellout. One is called Missing My Woman. We have another one that's coming out called Show Love, and then I said it to you. And we want to release that one for the summer in North America, in the UK. So, that's the journey right now.
Right.
But the Urban Medicine took over, so right now I'm just kind of limited in terms of music.
Right.
So when I get to New York, I'm there, and once I have a little free time, I go to the studio and we work together. Then we have another song coming out with me, my son, and my daughter. It's called Better World. She does a lot of singing and he does a lot of rapping. So we combined that song together. And him, my son, my daughter, and I put our song together. It's called A Better World. So that will be on an album also, Yeah.
Patrick, you talked a little bit about the merger between the music and the sort of health, music and health. Speak a little bit more to that. How can music really help us in our health?
Well, a lot of the time what we do if we have a sick patient, like a person who have cancer, or a person who's going through depression, or anxiety, those are conditions that seem to be very prevalent in these times because of the time that we're living in today. A lot of people are depressed, they're suffering from anxiety because of what's going on in the world. We have a lot of restrictions, we have a lot of lockdown. And by nature, human beings were not made to be locked down. You see what I'm saying? We were not made to be in a cage. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's just like dogs and wolves and lions and tigers. They're supposed to be in the wild. We're not supposed to have them locked up in a cage. So usually when people are locked up for so long, a long period of time, lots of people get depressed, lots of people get anxiety, and when it affects their mind, we call the shin in Chinese medicine, then we seem to use music to elevate the mind. It's just like an herb called basil. It's a food plant that we can use when people are in a bad mood to enhance a person's mood. Music does the same thing too, but it's according to the lyrical content of the music. And that's the reason why I like to use conscious lyrics in my songs so that it can uplift somebody's mind, like Bob Marley uplifted my mind with his songs. So we can learn from that. So in terms of the health of the person, if the person is depressed, or if the person is going through anxiety, we have some songs or some music that we use to uplift the person's mind at the same time. So music is very significant in uplifting the mind, in terms of herbal medicine. So when the person is getting better, the music is playing and the music is uplifting the mind. So we got soft music sometimes it's just string music, sometimes it's just lyrical content of the songs to help people to understand they have to pray, and you know what I mean? So those are things that we implement in herbal medicine and music at the same time, yeah?
Got you. It makes perfect sense. I don't know if you heard me earlier on, I was calling you the power couple of Grenada.
We were.
How did you guys meet?
Tell us about that story.
She was sick, man. She was sick and I fixed her up.
You got her well, huh? Well, she's looking very well, so you did a good job, man.
100%.
Christy. That's what I'm saying, that the body heals itself naturally if people can put themselves back in that zone, Mm-hmm. So she was sick in terms of, she had I used to suffer from epilepsy when I was younger, mm-hmm. and she used to get seizures a lot. And then they took her to Trinidad and do all this brain scan. And then the brain scan came back, stuff is not normal, but she was deficient. So what we did was, she came and lived with me for a little while and we put on a program and fixed her up, and that was it. After that,
she fell in love, huh? She fell in love. So Christy, you tell your side of the story, here.
Let's hear your side.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so after that, I started bringing him roses when I got well because I was so grateful, because he did that, he just got me well. And I was so grateful and so happy. And as a young girl, I just find myself after him fixing me, after him helping me and healing me from this problem I had that was not being cured, no matter what we do, no matter what my mother did. Mm-hmm. I was so grateful, and then I just find myself attracted to this man, this grown man, and I just keep going. I kept going by him, bringing him roses, bringing him little cards.
So you brought him roses?
Huh? Yes, yes.
It's usually the other way around, you know.
Other way around. It's usually the
Patrick
other
is
way
usually.
around.
Well, they were more like thank you. You know, when you're a little girl and you're all in your head with your little crush. You know,
Yeah.
you do some kind of stuff.
So Christy.
But yeah, got some roses, and then this thing just clicked.
I hear you.
You know?
Well, nice. Well, Christy, you are
It's like Joseph and Mary.
I hear you. Christy, you are Grenadian. You're Grenadian, are you? Christy.
Who, me? Yes. yes.
Which part?
are you from?
Where are you from?
Well, originally I was born in St. George's, Lamode, and moved to Beaulieu, and then grew up in Belmont.
Okay. Nice. I didn't. Okay. Excellent. So listen, we played a couple of your videos.
We did.
We started off with "I'm Leaving You," and then we did, I think, "Treat Me Good." Tell us about the videos. Tell us a little bit about any one of the videos you wanted to, that we played. Can you hear me? Hi. I don't think I hear you.
Testing,
I can't hear
testing.
you.
Oh, okay. I'm. Hi.
Testing.
Testing. Can you hear now? Oops.
Ooh, there.
Hi. Can you hear me now?
Are you hearing us?
Yes, we're hearing you.
100%.
Can you hear me?
I can't really hear you.
Okay, you're kind of
I
low.
can't really hear you.
Okay. Well, tell you what. Let's take a.
We can play another of your songs.
Yeah,
and
we're gonna play another one of your
one of your
videos, and we try to
then
sort it
we'll-
out.
Yes.
Yeah. So Master Control.
Okay.
You can hear me now? Okay, Master Control, let's play another video and then we'll try to sort them.
We're hearing you now.
You hear me now?
Hearing
Okay,
us
Master
now?
Control, cancel that. All right.
Yeah.
Where was I? I asked you, tell us about the videos we played. Your videos.
Hello?
Yes.
Hearing us?
Yes.
So the
Yes,
last
go again.
the last video we played from you was your collaboration with Mr. Killer. How did that even come into play? How did that happen? How did you meet? What was the discussion like? Tell me. Well, tell us.
You mean pretty good?
Yes.
Okay, so he was just featured in the video as the guy. I mean, he didn't partake in the song, as
Right.
you can see.
Right.
He well, because we are really good. We're really close, me, him, and my husband. We're really close, and we just thought that he would have been the perfect guy for the video. And so we decided to ask him to do it. And he was like, yeah, okay, let's do it. And that's how it was done.
Makes sense. Makes perfect sense.
And now she had a collaboration with Killer too. The song's coming out soon. That's in the video.
Yes, yes.
And then Killer, Eugene, remember Mashdown Babylon?
Yes.
Killer and I did it in the dancehall too. So he will do the dancehall part, I do the singing part. That's gonna be out soon too.
Nice.
Hey.
So,
It's called Mashdown.
so Patrick, we're looking at next month for some of these releases. June.
Yes.
Yeah, July 15th. We're gonna release that song, a century called Show Love, for the summertime, and on SPI Music, it's a label that run by Steel Pulse and other groups, and then we have another one called Sell Out. That's a song released
Right.
already.
Right.
I'm not even gonna play that over here because against these politicians.
Yeah.
That's, you know, it is.
I hear you.
That. But we have one called $1 Million Man called More Money. I think I said that.
Yes.
Dollar Man is also a Grenadian. He might sound Jamaican. He sounds just like Buju, but he's from Concord, as a matter of fact. And him and I, he used to be my original drummer when we had a group touring and stuff like that. Still, we had a group that we used to tour with. He used to be our drummer. So he's now doing. He's big all over the world now. He's all big up in Europe. And he and I collaborated for that particular song called More Money. We did a video, but we had to do it over because it was not really the storyline was still lacking. So we had to do that over again. So we're waiting for that to be released also, you know? Yeah? It's called More Money.
Right. And tell me how you and Sydney Mills of Steel Pulse, how you guys became so close. What was the connection there?
I met Sydney through Barrington Bailey, who was the producer. He was the CEO of Living Room Records. And I met Sydney through Barry. And they had a studio called Living Room Studio.
I remember that
Living Room, yeah. And that's where Shaggy got his breakthrough from Living Room Studios.
Right.
So with that Shaggy, they had a lot of the Jamaican artists on the label, and then him and I got together, and we started to produce, and song and stuff like that. And we met Dennis Brown, and then I got involved with Dennis Brown in 1999, and then I brought him to Grenada, and then him and I got so close that he gave me some songs. And then we did the same song that you had. Christy did the last song for Dancing in the Street, Jaja Love. That song was supposed to be done by Dennis Brown and myself. We call it Dancing in the Street, but we call it Jaja Love now. So I wrote the lyrics for that particular song, and then I gave it to Dennis Brown, but he died before we can finish the song, And then Sydney and I started to produce lots of songs, lots of CDs on Living Room label. And that's how we met, man. And ever since we've been friends over 30 years.
I hear you.
We're still doing it together, Yeah, but he's not with Steel Pulse again, right?
He's not with Steel Pulse anymore.
Nah, not with Steel Pulse again.
I didn't know.
And after he got sick, it was kind of hectic for him to tour. So he just kind of give it a break, So he's not with them anymore right now.
Yeah. One of
still link together. David.
Yeah, David Hines is an amazing artist. I mean, a writer, amazing writer.
Yeah, he's a serious writer, man.
Serious writer. I'll never forget the first time I ever heard Steel Pulse live. It was in Boston, and actually, it was funny. It was right on the corner of South Boston and Boston, and South Boston has a kind of history of racism, and there was Steel Pulse. Right in this big club, right on the border there, Boston and South Boston, performing this song called Ku Klux Klan. And there was one of the powerful, very, very powerful songs, very powerful message. And they were all dressed up in their hoods and everything, on stage.
Happened?
Oh yeah, they were dressed in their hoods performing the song Ku Klux Klan, and it was just such a powerful, powerful song, well written. It speaks to David Hines' writing ability, songwriting ability, walking along, just kicking stone. Minding my own business, I came face to face with my foe, the Ku Klux Klan. And it was just, Patrick, sing a little piece for us, Patrick. Sing a little piece for us.
I used to emulate David in the early times.
I know.
And it was so significant when they came to Grenada in 2017 because I got them to come here for when they had the big show here down in Belmont there. When Grenada had the 2017, and it was so great for me to go on stage with them, man. We were singing, "Rally run the red, rally run the red, gold, green."
Pure Grenada Music Festival. I was there. I remember that. I was there. And actually, I met with them too when they were here. That was nice. Yeah.
So we kept that connection going. We never really stopped that bond that we had. Because Selwyn and I are very good friends too. The
keyboard man. Yeah.
So we talk a lot on the phone and we exchange ideas, but they're very good writers, man. Good music. Yeah.
Yes. Well, yeah, Patrick, the thing is right now, the way we set up here, because we have different connections, it's hard for us to play your audio because we're playing videos right now. But I think we have a video of yours. I think Master Control has a video that you did a little while ago called Prison Life. You remember that one, of course. So Master Control, Brother Timon, if you're listening, let's hear a little bit of Prison Life. Yeah, Prison Life by Patrick Doves.
No.
Okay. Okay, he may be looking for it. Yeah. So yeah, Patrick. While he looks for that, we're gonna just keep the chat going. Is there anything that any message that you and Christy, in terms of music, to the young artists coming up? Any direction? Anything you'd like to tell the young artists coming up?
Well, they gotta stay focused because the music industry now is so different than before. It's not.
It is vicious.
It's a tough industry right now. It's
vicious.
not. Yes. It's not like when you had Mango Records, which was a branch of Puff. Island Records, and you know that Jerry Rappaport was the CEO, was the A&R
Of course.
label. And then you had the Columbia Records and Sony Records and all these different labels, Shanaki Records. They're all going through now because the music industry changed. You know,
Of
from
course.
the time they changed from cassette to CDs and CDs to burning, that was it. So usually now the music industry is so harsh right now. It's tough to get involved in terms of making money from music unless you want to stream because now labels don't sign you anymore. Def Jam was sold by the brother who owned it before, so it's not like before where you could assign a label, get an advance, and then you promote the music through the social media. It's not anymore. We have to do it ourselves now, and that make it tougher. Because the pandemic is here now, it is much more difficult to get music out there. You know what I'm saying? Especially touring. And that's where a lot of artists make the money, by touring, not by sales, because when you
Absolutely.
and the producer know that when you're doing an album for a company, that advance they give you like a loan. So I'm saying you got to pay it back first. And once you don't pay it back, you don't get paid. So it's very significant for us to start looking at music from a different perspective now. Streaming and iTunes and the CD Baby and stuff like that. It's very tough now.
And try producing positive lyrics.
And
Positive music.
the beautiful thing about songs is if you can produce good music that can last for 20 years.
Yep.
Not 3 months. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We have to produce music that can last for a long period of time, whereby what's happening in today's world or tomorrow's world, you could vision that and say, let's write about those things that people could identify with these songs and these lyrics because now they go through that particular problem. You see what I'm saying? That's why I try to write that way. So we have a song called Inflation. I went to the store to buy a loaf of bread. I used to pay $1, now it's 25 instead. I'm seeing with them politicians going around, they pocketing the money, saying the fix is not strong. They say things are hard, but they don't know why. But because of them, cost of living is high. So people can identify to these songs. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of people is going through these changes now. So when a person hear these songs, they can identify and say, listen, I'm going through that process because cost of living is so high, it's difficult because inflation is not money. See what I'm saying, Eugene?
Yeah. Yes. It's a tough time for everybody. But listen, Christy, I wanted to ask you, before you met Patrick, were you into singing? Were you into music, or he rubbed off on you?
Did he spark that, Pat? The musical Pat?
When I met him, no, I wasn't. But I had, he always thought I had the ability to sing. And I remember when he first brought me to Studio Denzel.
Yeah.
Denzel Studio. But I was always so shy. Like, going to studio, standing behind the mic and all, I want to follow.
So that was Mount Zion Studio was your first studio. Mount Zion, right? Yeah. Denzel.
But I wasn't ready because I didn't find myself with singing and music yet. I was still young and it just wasn't there yet. But Patrick realized I had a voice.
Right.
And he always tried to get me into singing, trying to get me to go to studio, but I was just too shy. So I wasn't ready. But then later on, I started, we had the kids and everything, and then I started thinking, I find I was good. I grew up and I find, I can sing, So I decided to do this soca song with a guy named Ghost Walker. Well, he's not here now. He gone away. But Patrick realized he was doing it in the guy home studio. And Patrick thought it was a bit unprofessional. So he said, okay, let's go to Ajamo studio. I'll take you guys there. I'll pay for the studio session and everything. You and Ghost, let's go. And that was it. From the moment I entered Ajamo studio, Ajamo said, wow, Patrick, you sitting on all this talent with this young lady. Can I work with her?
Ajamo like the voice, recognize the voice like Patrick.
Right. And so from since then, I really started professionally because Ajamo took me in and, with a bit of training and a bit of recordings and so on, spending time around him, recording in the studio, practicing with the band. He made me one of the lead singers in the band. of the Cutting Edge Band.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been doing that for the longest while. And, you know, that's how I was able to break free and break out.
I hear you.
You know, do my own thing and be where I am now.
Excellent. Hey, well, listen, it's really been great chatting with you guys. I mean, Patrick and I go way back in the music business, and you know, yes, we did some things together. And you, Christy, I've been following your movement in the music, and liking what you're doing. So we're gonna go into playing some of your music right now, and we really thank you for taking time out to come into Greenz Music to the World and chatting with us. And we're gonna just switch the gear a little bit and play some of your music via audio. So thanks again for coming on the show. All right.
Okay.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Take care.
All right.
Okay,
Bye.
Master. Thank you, Master Control. Now you can put up Patrick's music video.
Nowhere. No. Deal with them. Hold on, sir. Let me deal with them now. Let me deal with them.
Think about your bam bam. Prison life not easy, man. It's sleazy. Before you chop your bread and think about your bam bam. Prison life not easy, man. It's sleazy. Before you beat your woman, think about your bam bam. Them a build them prison every day, like they just don't care. They have their own ill reason. You man your hair. Come for sell up them crab education. For you and me, guns and drugs is the only solution. They want we see, but prison life not easy. Young man, it's sleazy. Before you pull the trigger, think about your bam bam. Prison life not easy. Young man, it's sleazy. Before you pull your butt, think about your bam bam. Prison life not easy. Young man, it's sleazy. Before you chop your bread, you think about your bam bam. Prison life not easy. Young man, it's sleazy. Before you beat your woman, think about your bam bam. No. When you run with them falsehood gangsters, you make your mama cry. Malcolm Martin, Marcus Lumumba, tell me why they died. Could be murder, it could be manslaughter. It's a price we pay. When you read about Malcolm and Martin, listen what they say. Prison life not easy, young man, it's sleazy. Before you pull the trigger, think about your bam bam. Prison life not easy, young man, it's sleazy. Before you pull your butt, think about your bam bam. Prison life not easy, young man, it's sleazy. Before you chop your bread, you think about your bam bam. Prison life not easy, young man, it's sleazy. Before you beat your woman, think about your bam bam.
Cause prison life not easy. Hope it wouldn't be me, but never say never. So my pray to God to ease me. Guide our reaction in the face of confrontation. Keep us safe from the hands of legislation. Let it be empty down at the station and in the courtroom. Let the judge take a vacation. Cause ignorance will bring you straight back to stage one. In the jail a cold bar to prop your face and
Prison life not easy, young man, it's sleazy. Before you pull the trigger, think about your bam bam. Prison life not easy, young man, it's sleazy. Before you pull your butt, think about your bam bam. Prison life not easy, young man, it's sleazy. Before you chop your bread, you think about your bam bam. Prison life not easy, young man, it's sleazy. Before you beat your woman, think about your bam bam. Prison not easy. No way. Prison not easy.
is Patrick Dells. Prison life's not easy. And we're going to do one more Patrick Dells, and then we're going to go into the other gentleman we're going to talk to today. Tell us about him.
All right, so his name is Michaelson Batiste. He is from Grand Bras, St. Andrew, and he's been doing this music thing for well over a decade, to be quite honest.
What genre is he really?
He's hip-hop rap.
Okay.
Yes. So
And
he's based in New York, as you previously mentioned, and he recently put out some music, he put out some videos and everything, so we're going to have a cozy chat with him.
That's going to be nice. I'm looking forward to that. Let's do one more Patrick Dells. This one is with Dollar Man, who I also think is a Grenadian background.
Yeah.
Dollar Man, he was quite big in his back in the day. So Patrick Dells and Dollar Man, and this one is called No Money. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Patrick Dells, Fisherman Dalaman, Greenz. And this one called money. You see me, I said the money. Nothing funny. You see me? Patrick Dells, no money, no money. No money, no money. No money, no money. No money, no money. More money, more money. More money, we need more money now. More money, more money. More money, we need more money. No money in the bank, people can't find a way. Living on the mouth, high taxes, what we have to pay. Every time we get up, like the money seems to fly away. Good time, hard time, looking for a payday. I got my children and a woman plus my mom to feed, and my girlfriend is pregnant with another seed. I bend my knees and I look up to my God to pray. No money in my pocket and the bank a man say no way. No money, no money. No money, say no money. No money, no money. No money, say no money. More money, more money. More money, we need more money. More money, more money. More money, we need more money. Money is the root of evil, that is what some would say. But loving up the money is the root of evil anyway. Cost of living high and the rich man like him want to pray. Like them Chamely can it as I am. No way, no way, no way, no way, no way. Can't it as I am. No way, 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 no way. Mr. Big Man, listen to me, careful my friend. Get to you just so far, we need the money for spend. Can't find no rock, no food pan with table. Explain to me now, I wanna know one way for do. Cause the living I get so high, you not tell me why. Someone get to you to cry. From the day you born not just luxury. Tell me, do you know about poverty? A hungry man is an angry man, a desperate man. Tell me, do you really understand? Me say we tired of the promises, tired of the gimmick. No system broke, no better fix that quick. So long, we are suffer. Oh, no, listen now. I try to find way out of the gutter. Won't you please give me your helping hand, Mr. Big Man, Mr. Big Man. They keep the wealth from the poor, them I deal with greed. Landlord come knocking like a pepper seed. We're belly full, but we hungry, can't find no food. No money in my pocket, politics and living so good. More money, more money. More money, we need more money now. More money, more money. More money, we need more money now. More money, more money. More money, we need more money now. More money, more money. More money, we need more money. Every man will love to have a good life. Every man will love to have the finest thing. But the way things are run, it is impossible. The gap between rich and poor is incredible. One man have everything, the next one have nothing. One man a live big, the next one a live at all. But against the wall, just a struggle if make ends meet. Survivor. Get on in a life only for classes. Yeah, be careful how you mingle. Beware. None of them will sell you out to your face full of dollars more.
Yeah, you know, maybe we should go back to the days of bartering, you know. Remember, we wouldn't need any money, you know.
Especially as this pandemic is going on.
Yes.
That can come in so clutch.
Bartering, yeah.
It is barter.
Yeah, it is barter, you know.
It is barter.
Forget it. Hey, we got on the Zoom, we got the man out in New York, the rapper, Grenadian rapper out there in New York, M.B.Y.S. I asked him last night, what does that mean? He told me that MB is his name, Michelson Batiste, and the YS is yours sincerely. So I said, well, why just say yours sincerely, YSBM, yours sincerely, Michael Batiste? But he said it don't have the ring.
I like that though.
I like it, you know. So anyway, let's take a little piece of his music and then we'll chat with him. Yeah, let me pull it up real quickly. M.B.Y.S. is called Weatherman. I like this one a lot.
Oh yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. You know the feeling. Niggas change like the weatherman. Yeah.
Out there in New York. Grenada rapper out there in New York. Where is he? We're going to talk to him in a minute. You know, we got so much talent. Lysandra, we got a lot of talent, you know.
We do.
All kinds of talent.
We do.
So is he on the Zoom? Can you hear us?
Right here.
You're right there? Okay.
I mean, are you hearing me?
We hearing you. Can you hear
Loud
us?
and clear.
Perfect.
All right, I'm hearing you.
Hey, welcome to Greenz Music to the World, man.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity to share my music with you guys and with everybody listening, wherever you're listening from, Brooklyn, London, Russia, Grenada, Carriacou, Peter Martinique. Big up your whole self and thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
So you're from Granborough, living in New York, from Granborough, right?
Yes, 100% Grenadian all the time.
Right.
Just
right.
a
Right.
New York resident at the moment.
Got you. And did you start playing music in Grenada?
Actually, I started doing music when I was here. I went to school here for a little bit, and in the cafeterias, they were always beating on the tables and all of that. So I started picking up little freestyles and stuff like that. So it was here, and then I went back home. My mom bought me but she didn't buy it for me. She bought this Eminem CD. I think it was Closed Closet. And I listened to that. And I think that's why my music is so explicit right now. Because I listened to Eminem at such a young age, you know?
Yeah, but you know, Eminem is one of the greatest rappers. I don't care, hands down. He really is an amazing artist.
Yeah.
And
No argument there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And you know, what's so interesting is that, you know, rap came out of African American culture, and he's really not part of that, but he mastered it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and an interesting thing.
Actually, let me stop you there. Hip hop was developed from dancehall.
Well, yeah. Oh, I agree. I totally agree.
Yes. That's all us. You know, it's
absolutely. Absolutely, you're 100% correct. It actually came from Jamaican music, correctly. So
it's all us. It's all culture.
But it's all one people. Yeah, all one people still.
Definitely. We came from the same ships.
Yeah, exactly.
The same ships.
Exactly.
Very nice way to put it.
Yeah.
We all came from the same ships.
But something I want to tell you though, you know, I there was a great interview with Eminem on 60 Minutes, and he said something that stuck with me. And you just said you listen to a lot of Eminem. That's why your lyrics are so explicit. Guess what?
Yes.
In that interview on 60 Minutes with Eminem, he does not allow his children to use any curse words. Can you believe it? The man who uses curse words right through his music does not let his children use a single curse word. And it reminded me of someone else. Who is the guy who started Apple? Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs invented these headphones for all his products. He does not let his kids use headphones because possible damage to the ears.
How I see it with the music is, well, to him, I guess it's like a business, and he doesn't want to bring his work into his family life. So, you know, separating that is important. So his music, he has a whole alter ego and all kind of crazy stuff going on. So I can understand why he doesn't want to bring that into his family life. You know?
I'm good. I'm glad you said that. It to me, it sounded like, you know, kind of contradictory. Not like that. It sounded almost like, you know, wow, there he is, getting other people's kids to use swear words, and then he's protecting his kids.
With me, I wouldn't have a problem with my kids using swear words, but they're gonna have respect. They're gonna be respectful to other people. They're gonna respect their elders, you know. But using cuss words is just a word to me. It's just a way of expressing yourself.
No, the other. Go ahead. Go ahead. You
that's why my music is like, you feel my music so much, because it's just me, raw expressions. You know.
Right. No, I have a question about that. The raw expressions. I hear you. It's raw expressions, and that's what music is to convey your feelings. And if it's raw, then you say it raw. But my question to you,
sir.
You know, I was wondering that artists who chose that route, and that's, you know, in your music, for example, it can limit you as well, because unless you specifically do clean versions for airplay, you know,
you don't get the
you wouldn't get the airplay. So what's your comment about that?
Yeah.
To me, the airplay is gonna come. I'm just like, my catalog is just expressions of my life, like different points of my life. So to me, I know that I have hits in the catalogs, but the airplay is gonna come whenever it comes. As you see, like right now, we're on the same frequency right now. So you just played my song on the air.
But so I asked you before I played it. I asked you for a clean version. So let's in case let's say you couldn't provide a clean version, I would not have played it.
No, I'm always going to be able to provide clean versions, because I control the masters to all my songs. I have full 100% control of my music.
Perfect. That's good to know. And I just want to mention, as we're on this subject, I want to just mention to the other artists in Grenada, just want to mention to them that on this show here, because a lot of people send me the music and some of them may not hear the music being played, I just want to mention here that the responsibility of me on this station, I would only play clean music. I cannot play.
I understand, and what I'm going to do from now, that I understand that, because as you go, you understand different aspects, different perspectives of music. So your position, I understand that. So from now, I'm going to start doing clean versions. Like this album that I'm working on, Estella, is going to have. It's gonna have a clean version, and it's gonna have the explicit.
Raw.
Yes.
Perfect. Go ahead.
So sorry, because with the collapse of a nebula, you had explicit, and I love it.
Explicit.
It was great, and you put out a disclaimer. It's an explicit album, and I thought that was really, really good.
Responsible. Yeah. Yeah,
because I don't want kids clicking on it and I just have to let them know that it's explicit. I don't want parents clicking on it while they're with their kids. You know?
And you let the parents know, because it's in your title, explicit.
Yes.
So
yes. Yeah.
So let me ask you: are you into the stars and into the, you know?
I'm guessing based on the mixtape's name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am. I believe that we are all one body, one. We're connected. We're just living life separately, but we're all connected. So this album is how should I put it? It's a show of where my life is right now, and coming from the collapse of a nebula, it's really showing you the different phases. And I had the Living Legend mixtape, the Burning Sky. The Burning Sky shows the destruction of society, the destruction of my mind, and that was really a depressive state, you know. And the collapse of a nebula also continues on that. But Estella, it's new heights. It's a new dimension.
Okay.
It's a new playing field.
Excellent. I get it. Very nice. I had to ask you, I don't know if you have a question for him. I haven't. Go ahead.
I want to touch on his style and his hairstyle. I want to touch on that. Michelson, tell me about your style, the hairstyle. What prompted it? Because I saw you and your girlfriend. You guys kind of have the same hairstyle, and it looks great. It looks pretty cool.
Thank you.
Let's talk about that.
She's the only one that does my hair. Nobody else touches it. By the way, one time, let me just shout out to the CEO of Red Lotus Beauty and Wellness, Asha Legendary. She this here is a hair growth oil.
Is that what has your hair that length right now?
That's what I'm
because that is a drastic jump. That is a drastic jump, Michelson.
That's what I'm working with right now. It's all natural, 100% natural, free from all the harmful chemicals. We don't play with that.
Okay. I really like the hairstyle. I really
Thank you. But nothing really prompts me to have a hairstyle. It's just how I feel, and it's the same way with the music. It's just how you feel at the moment. You know, it's something. It's a connection with the cosmos. It's just when you get the frequency, when you connect to it, whatever it brings, you just express it.
Okay, and let's talk about that upcoming album, Estella. What can you tell us about it? Because I know you're under management, so you're probably tight-lipped. So what can we know about Estella?
Estella is an album that I created. I started the album last year. Weatherman was recorded in March of last year, but I just put it out in February. Excuse me.
No problem.
But this album is, how I see it, it's just the peak of my creation. You know, I'm just balancing the dark side from the collapse and from Burning Sky. Right now, this is just creating a balance in my life. Because you can't dwell on the negatives too much, you know?
Right.
So this is just bringing a fun side, bringing a brighter vibe to it. The meaning of Estella is a star. So the burning sky, all of the destruction, and then the collapse of a nebula. When a nebula collapses, it creates a star. So this is Estella.
So everything is basically linked, you would say.
Definitely.
So you've been telling a story for years then.
Yeah, like Mike.
Look at from Living Legend to the last mixed collapse.
There's Burning Sky.
Yeah. There's
the collapse of a nebula. It's been a story. It's been a journey, and I'm just expressing the frequency, how it comes, expressing the vibes, however it comes, whatever point I'm in my life. That's how it's gonna come. And I was out of it for 2 years probably. I couldn't record, and that was the most depressing time because it's like that's how you know that this is what you want to do. Because when you can't do it, and it's always on your mind. It's like something is itching you. It's like you feel frustrated. You have to do this.
Right.
And my girlfriend, Asha Legendary, she just pushed me. She said, just put this collapse out, because I was just sitting on this collapse of a nebula I was sitting on it for 5 years. Didn't put it out, and I put it out, and everybody loved it.
Yep.
And
it's funny how those things work, right? Self-doubt, killer.
Yeah.
So I've got two.
And then I put it out, and now I'm just even more motivated and more anxious and more enthused to finish this Estella album. It's only 2 more songs I have to finish mixing, and that's it.
So that's what I want to ask you. So you also are not just an artist, but you also do stuff in your studio yourself. You're an engineer. You're a sound engineer.
Yes, I engineer my music. I mix it. I master it. I do everything by myself.
You master stuff. You master too. Everything.
Yes, I do.
Excellent. That's great. Good skills.
It's funny because my vibes is just different. I can't go to, sometimes I can't go to another studio and record because their vibes is just on a different, you know.
So you do it yourself and get what you want.
So I do it myself, and I express myself how I want. I don't have to feel like somebody judging me or looking at me away for expressing a certain way, and I'm in my own. I'm alone, so it's just pure me.
Mm-hmm.
And tell me about that. That's Dollhouse Records. Let's dive a bit into that. Let's talk about that. Tell me.
Dollhouse Recordings. I used to have a couple. When I was in Grenada, I had an artist on Dollhouse. It's a label that I'm working on. We're gonna branch off into other things as well. I can't speak about the other things, but it's a label that I'm working on. That's what we're gonna be putting out the music through. I used to be under One Fam Music, but we're now independent, fully independent, and that's just what we're gonna do. On the Dollhouse, sorry. What I would like to do for Canadian artists is to get them to be fully independent, because a lot of artists just keep putting up music, and you're not getting paid. What's really the sense when everybody listening to your music and you're not getting paid? Like you still can't go to the shop and buy groceries. You don't have money. So that's what I want. I hope I'm not sounding condescending.
Go ahead.
That's what I would like to do for Grenadian artists, to get them registered, BMI, all of that, and get them taken care of.
Yeah, I must say, in all fairness to the artists I work with anyway, a lot of the artists are they're on that track. They understand. They're starting to understand. There's a lot more understanding of the business side of things. So, yeah, I would say many of Grenadian artists are heading that way. Some are already there, and most are getting there.
Getting there, definitely.
Yeah. I definitely respect those artists that are there already. That's a really good move. But I would just like to see more younger artists get registered so that they can get paid from their music.
Right. The other thing, you mentioned your girlfriend earlier on, and you work closely with her. Is she Grenadian also?
She is Grenadian. She's from St. David's, fully Grenadian, but she hasn't been home in a while. But we've been working. We're gonna be home soon, bringing Red Lotus to the people.
And the people have been very open-armed about it. Let me see. Everything keeps selling out. The love is there. Y'all got into something the other day, and the feedback was just so heartwarming, actually.
Definitely. I really appreciate. By the way, shout out to the Red Lotus tribe. They really been
They're so strong.
So strong. They really been holding it down and supporting. Like, we sold out so much products, and I had to restock.
I keep seeing all the restocking.
That's just really crazy for a small business in less than a year, because we're going to be a year in June.
Are y'all doing anything to celebrate that? Because you guys usually do, Valentine's Day came, you guys had something, then Mother's Day, like, you guys are actually giving back and making packages very, very, very attractive.
Definitely. What we want to do for the month of June, we want to do giveaways every week. So we plan on giving back, because people been supporting, and you can't just keep taking from people. You have to give back. It's the same way with the art. You keep taking from it, and then you mess it up. You have tsunamis, and you have to give back and appreciate what you get.
Great. But listen, don't forget, when you're doing the giveaways, to give back to some of the listeners of this program, right? So Greenz Music to the World, you got to give back to some of the listeners of this program as well.
Definitely. We could do that. Definitely, we could do that.
So listen, we got to get back into the music. So it's been a real pleasure meeting you for the first time, chatting with you, and listening to the chats between you and my colleague here.
I went to school with Lysandra.
Nice.
Literature of English.
Which school were you? Which school?
Tam CC.
Tam CC.
We did literature together.
Oh, there you go. That's the writing.
That's where you see the letter is from.
Two writers. The teacher must have been good. Who was your literature teacher?
Mrs. O'Neill.
Esther O'Neill.
Mrs. O'Neill. Yes.
She's excellent. She's excellent. She's excellent. So listen, man. Again, a pleasure. Bless up, and keep the music coming. We're looking forward, and keep us informed with the clean versions.
And before you go, tell us about Estella. When can we expect it? How many tracks? And also for Dollhouse and for reaching out with Grenadians, helping them get independent. How can they get in contact with you?
No, see, I shouldn't have mentioned that because we're not really working on it. It's on pause right now. We're just working on me right now. I'm gonna develop this first before I get into bringing in any artists.
Okay.
So when that time comes, though, I'm definitely gonna reach out to you because you have the platform.
Thank you. Definitely come back. Come back. And when it's time for the 1 year anniversary of Red Lotus, definitely come.
Could we have an interview for that?
Yeah, man, no problem. No,
there we go.
No problem at all.
There we go.
That would be awesome.
You guys on camera, definitely.
I know she's listening. She's probably smiling right now.
That's good.
That's really good. Thank you for that.
Before you go, is anybody in Grenada you want to shout out to?
Definitely. I'd like to shout out to my mom, to Albert, my manager, to Ashelle, my manager as well, because she does everything. Melly listening right now, Shaq. Everybody on my Facebook, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate the support. Keep streaming. Weatherman, Navy SEALs. Estella is coming really soon. You're going to get that fire.
Also, shout out to her for getting Estella on her nails. That blew my mind. That warmed my heart. That was great.
She does everything. She cooks.
I see that.
She makes all the products by hand. She pushes. She sets up my music. She does everything. So I really appreciate her for doing that. Because right now I wouldn't be putting out music if she didn't push me to put the collapse out and start working on Estella. Because I really thought after the break I was like, I don't really know if I want to do this. And she was like, what do you mean? Listen to this. Listen to yourself. And
she rough you up.
Definitely. I needed that. Sometimes we need that.
Definitely. Well, Michelson, thank you for rocking with us.
Yeah, man.
Thank you again. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Oh, you're welcome.
Absolutely.
You're welcome.
Sandra.
Nice. We're gonna go out with your song and Weatherman. And again, we'll talk to you again another time.
And shout out to Devon on the video. Shout out to Devon on the video.
Yes, definitely. Shout out to Devon on directing the video. And you can find my music. You can just plug in M.B.Y.S on YouTube. You'll find my music. It's Michelson. Yeah, M.B.Y.S on Spotify with the dots, M.B.Y.S. You're going to get it everywhere. I'm on Apple Music, Amazon, everywhere. We're everywhere right now.
Availability.
Excellent.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Cool. Good having you.
All right. Thank you again.
You're welcome. Later, Michelson.
Take care.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
So much great Grenadian talent, huh?
So
much great all over the world. We haven't touched anything. No, that's
we haven't touched anything yet. Anything.
Let's take it then. So here he is. Here is his music. Michael C. Batiste.
You know, we ain't gotta talk about a thing. I know I don't wanna talk about a thing. I know I don't wanna talk about it. But they gon' talk about it unless you're talking about the things. Funny how they change like the weather. Funny how I'm wishing that I knew it then. Funny how I'm thinking what I do it then. Still what I do it then. Funny how they change like the weather. Funny how I'm wishing that I knew it then. Funny how I'm thinking what I do it then. How I did it then. Still what I do it then.
Yes, that was M.B.Y.S, and now this is a little bit of Kevin Peterkin, and I want to say a big hello to Kevin. Kevin is one of the people who,
shout out to Kevin.
he helps us out on the side. We have people like Kevin Peterkin, doing stuff for us here on this program. We have graphics,
marketing.
Yeah, we have DJ Blondie.
Oh yeah.
You got a big shout out to DJ Blondie, and also of course I always like to shout out Mr. Odette Campbell for giving us the opportunity
100%.
to be here. And Timon, how could we forget Timon in Master Control?
The MC.
Timon in Master Control. Listen, viewers. On TV, we will be switching from TV and going to just radio. Right now for the Greenz Music Mix. So TV viewers will be saying goodbye, and the rest of you can pick us up on all the radios on Classic and Hot.
Yes,
Hot FM.
definitely.
And of course,
Are we missing anything?
www.gbn.gd. Yeah. So. Music Mix coming up.
Music Mix.
That's how we move and we move and we Rastafari. Can you do the willy bumps or the bogle?